going to take an unforgettable journey. Viewer discretion is advised. The incredible Singh.
ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਜੀ, ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਜੀ, oh, ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਜੀ. This is the one, the only, the incredible Singh. Thank you so much for tuning in to episode number 92. This show is about things that affect us because everything affects us differently. I'll be talking about health and fitness tips that I try to live by, some current events, and showcase some of my favorite music. I hope to give you positive insight and motivate you to enjoy life. Wow, this week has been absolutely crazy. So many different things going on, so many different things that I want to talk about. I'm going to try to limit it down to just a handful of things here. The thing that probably sickens me the most is the people that decided that it's okay to put firecrackers in a pineapple and give it to an elephant. Like, what are people thinking? Like, why do people think this is okay, or why do they think it's funny? This is absolutely ridiculous. And now, think about it. Like, if somebody gave you food with like glass in it, you have no idea, like the small little pieces of glass, like fiberglass or whatever that stuff is. You're eating it, you can't really taste it, whatever, but all of a sudden your mouth is just like, feels like it's on fire, and just all of a sudden you're just bleeding like crazy. Like, what are you gonna think? I don't know what's wrong with people today. Like this kind of garbage has been going on for long enough. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I don't say it very often, but you know what? These people really deserve what they get coming, and they need to get the beat down. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know the full story. I just kind of saw some of the posts, got a little bit of information, but man, it's world fucked. This doesn't make any sense. Like, what a bunch of dumbasses. But moving on, I also want to talk about Atish Ram. He's just spent 8 weeks with COVID-19 in the hospital. I don't know if you've seen a story or anything like that, but absolutely stunning what he had to go through, and just imagining some of the things that he went through. Like, it's honestly, it's a little bit heartbreaking to hear that somebody of his nature, who does so many good things in the community and so many things for good people, has to go through this type of hell and this type of torture with COVID-19, being stuck in the hospital. It's like glass is broken inside of your chest and it's breathing like that. And, it's so bad to the point where, the doctors are telling him that you're going to be in a coma. Like, pretty much you're not going to make it. But if you do, you should probably, regardless, call your family, talk to them, say your goodbyes almost, type of thing. Could you imagine not only the individual person who has to hear this information and deliver it to the family and say goodbye and all that, but think about the doctor who has come to this decision saying that, we'll keep you as comfortable as possible, but the way it's spreading in your body, there's no way for us to stop it. That is absolutely heart-wrenching. So I can't imagine what they were going through when they were talking about that. But good news is he survived, and he's on his way to recovery, which is absolutely fantastic. So I'm really happy to hear that somebody of his nature is coming back, and my thoughts and prayers are with him and his family on his speedy recovery. But moving on, we got lots to talk about, so now I am always happy to talk about my favorite top 3 songs. They're by Bilal Saeed, Karan, Aujla, and Jagtar. These guys are absolutely stunning, so I'm going to play a clip of those tracks a little bit later on. So who will be this week's Song in 60 Seconds? That is the question, but let's talk about the last Song in 60 Seconds. That was by Dhami, Littlelox, and Dr. Zeus. Let's play it here, right now. Dassa. It's time for the incredible health tip of the week. Invest in a good water bottle, especially one that doesn't leak all over your stuff. The better ones to get are the ones that are stainless steel, because the plastic ones, they can break and all that sort of thing. The steel one, it ain't going nowhere. And on top of that, it's good for the environment as well. Let's get back to the music here. Let's play Fateh and Amar Sandhu's Jyotiana right here on the incredible Livecast. Alright guys, we got to get into something serious here. It took all 50 states and it took multiple countries to protest against the crimes that were committed against George Floyd to get the police officer, former police officer who did it, to get second-degree murder charges, and to get the other 3 officers into custody as well for aiding and abetting the murder of George Floyd. And it's stunning. It's absolutely stunning. Like, nothing like this has ever been done before, where the entire country, like, enough is enough. Like, honestly, like, I'm glad that this happened. So, you know, anything that I say going forward, don't get me wrong. I'm going to say some pretty controversial things here, but don't get me wrong. I'm really happy that, you know, George Floyd will get the justice that he deserves, as well as the decades of injustice that has happened for everybody else in that community, where they were wrongfully accused and they were hurt and killed and arrested and all this sort of stuff that has happened because of social media. Like, this is where social media finally has done something so elaborate, so strong, and brought so many people together, brought multiple communities together to really shed light on this crazy problem that's been going on for way too long. And this is why the Black Panthers were around. This is why NWA existed. This is why Colin Kaepernick did what he did at the NFL games. This is why Martin Luther King is so influential across the entire nation, maybe if not the entire world. And now people are apologizing. They're finally saying sorry. Like, yes, no, we now finally realize how important Black lives matter. And it's not to say that all lives don't matter, but in this situation, it's about the Black lives that matter. You see all these posts and people saying, no, well, all lives matter. Look, man, like seriously, shut the hell up. Like, yes, all lives matter. Nobody's saying that all lives don't matter. Right now, this is the house that's on fire. So you're gonna tell me that the townhouses down the road need water first? Like, how does that make any sense? This is the one house that's on fire. Like, yes, everybody needs water, but right now we need to pull together to put the water on this house right now. That's what's going on. So for somebody to go around and say, well, you know, yes, Black lives matter, but yeah, all lives matter. Yes, all lives matter, but right now, you know, they're the ones that are being ridiculed. They're the ones that have the most injustice done to them. They're the ones being falsely accused of crimes they've never committed. They're the ones being killed. They're the ones at the brunt end of police brutality. They're the ones that are being messed up by the bad cops. They're the ones that are the brunt end of the hugest racist organization in the world, which is the KKK. Put it this way. You know how this is how stupid it sounds when people say, you know, all lives matter. If you went to your wife or your loved one and they asked, or they came to you and said, hey, like, do you love me? And your response is, oh, baby, I love everybody. Like, how the hell, like, come on, man, like, that doesn't make any sense. Of course you love everybody, but right now you need to love the missus or the mister or your special person. You know what I mean? Like, how does that sound to everybody? Like, do you guys, like, I don't know, man. Like, I'm not trying to say that you're stupid or anything like that. You know, like, you should not be called stupid. That's not what this is trying to be here. You know, you're not ignorant for saying that all lives matter or anything like that either. The point is, they've been getting the shit end of the stick. Not even the short end of the stick, the shit end of the stick. It's dipped in shit and then they picked it up and then swooshed it around, and that's the stick that they're getting. And this is why everybody not just black people, white people, Indian people, Chinese people, like whoever you are. That's why people are standing up for black lives. Now, the funny thing is, I was watching a comedy, and that's where I got the wife metaphor with, you know, well, baby, I love everybody. I love everybody. But the funny thing is, in that skit, they were talking about the LGBTQ. Yeah, I got it right that time. That community and the women's community, they are fighting for equal rights. They want equal rights. They want to be treated like everybody else. Black Lives Matter. They just want to matter. They're not looking for equality. They're looking for, you know, give a shit type of thing. And it makes me laugh, like how he put it. And all the people in the audience, they were loving it. They were just eating it all up. So it makes me laugh to say that, you know, like the people that are responding with all lives matter. You already matter because you're already part of some other, you know, community and whatnot, right? So, you know, like, come on. But, you know, as much as all the people that have been protesting and doing their thing and, you know, posting a Blackout Tuesday and all that sort of thing on social media and going out there and, you know, putting the arm up and all that sort of good stuff, you notice that a lot of people aren't wearing masks. COVID-19 is still like destroying the world. It's still, you know, a mass thing. Yes, we're getting a bit of a handle on it because people aren't so close together. But here we are, 50 states are protesting. People in different countries are protesting. 18 different countries now, last I checked, are protesting, and they're all out there doing their thing. Justin Trudeau even went out there. But you notice he did wear a mask. But there's other people that are not wearing masks. You know what's happening with COVID-19? All the people are getting infected with this coronavirus, and here we are again. Second wave, here we are. We're already there. One side, we're like putting in justice to, you know, help George Floyd and his family and everything that's gone on in the black community for decades and generations. And now, on the other side, Trump is getting what he wants. He may be hiding in a bunker, or sorry, no, what was his words? He is doing an inspection of his bunker right now. As much as that's going on, he's still winning. Like, you look at all this stuff, he's still winning. All these different colored communities are working together to stop this insanity from happening. And they're the ones still getting sick. They're the ones infecting all these other people. It's exactly what Trump wants. And if you don't see what I'm talking about, you really need to open your eyes. Because the whole thing of Trump getting on board with this whole coronavirus and saying it's a hoax or whatever in the beginning was because he found out there's more colored people that are getting infected. So that's why he's letting people go rampant on the streets. This is why the military is not involved, to get people back inside, to say, hey, we know what you're talking about, but get the fuck inside because of the coronavirus. And we don't want you to get sick. But that clearly didn't happen. So now, you know, people are getting sick, people are on the street, people are losing their businesses, their places getting looted and robbed, and riots are breaking out, and all hell is broken out loose in America. But, you know, what's going to happen is people who didn't vote for Trump or who didn't vote for the other guy in the first place, you know, this guy was supposed to be impeached. That didn't happen. Now the new election's coming up in November. What's going to happen there? You tell me, America, what are you going to do? Are you going to let this idiot continue running around and living and, not living, but running your country? Look at the chaos he's caused. In one aspect, yeah, things have been a little bit better on certain aspects. But look at this. Look at this. Look at all the chaos that's going on. This is the most drama that's happened with any president since day one. Like, come on, guys. Like, give your head a shake. I just found out that Snoop Dogg didn't vote. Snoop Dogg, like what the fuck, man? Like, what? Why did you not know that that you couldn't vote? Why did you think that? Everybody has a right to vote. You guys got that so long ago. So why are you screwing up by not living up to the standards? So I'm telling you, anybody listen to this show, like, you have to vote. Like every single person. I don't care if you're in America, I don't care if you're in Canada, or whatever country that you're in. You're living in a democratic society, a democratic country. You have the right to vote, so use it. Stop being like, this is the ignorant part. You're being ignorant. Like, you need to vote. So make sure you do it. It's coming up November for the States. Go out and vote. So hopefully there's no UFOs that show up in the meantime. You know what I'm saying? We don't need no Independence Day action happening. But on that note, let's get back to the music here. Let's play some Sidhu Moosewala, Just Listen. Alright guys, it's time for the incredible fitness tip of the week. Push your limits. Change your limits and surprise yourself. When you mentally and physically push the line, it will motivate you to keep going. Set yourself higher and higher and higher every single time. I'm the Incredible Singh. Let's play some more music by Benny Thaliwal and Deep Jandu. Jail. Oh my God, this is the one, the only, the Incredible Singh, and we're gonna be talking about my favorite top 3 songs this week. The first one is gonna go to Bilal Saeed and Roadkiller. That track is called Chaskay, and what a time we live in. I'll be honest, with all the videos that like they have something to do with the quarantine or stay home and all that sort of thing, they've been actually pretty good in my opinion for the most part, but this is definitely one of my favorite ones for sure. It's a very cute date with Bilal and his girlfriend, I guess, or whatever she is, and but she actually looks really stunning, and Bilal, he did everything to look pretty fantastic as well. You know, it's just another way to stay positive in difficult times that we're living in at this time, and that's why Bilal and RK ripped it up with this one here. The second track is by Karan Aujla called Let 'Em Play, and I've said it before and I'll say it again. Karan Aujla took criticism for doing thuggish and ruggish songs, and this is the type of stuff he's been coming up with. He's been on an uprise from day one, and it's absolutely stunning work by this guy. He's gonna be the one that lasts a little bit longer than somebody he used to compete directly against, if you know who I'm talking about there. And the third track is by Jagdar Delay and Rush Tour. Richie Rich is on the track as well. This song is called Baddest. And Jagdar, he's got such an amazing voice. Like, he's so like soft and so gentle sounding, and the power of Rush Tour coming in and tearing it up on the rhymes is definitely something else that you gotta hear. So if you haven't heard it, like I said, I'm gonna play a clip of all 3 of these tracks here. And you know, honestly, like the new music that's coming out, it's honestly giving me a little bit of hope that the future is definitely gonna be fantastic in the Punjabi music industry. So let's play a clip of each and I'll let you know what my favorite song is on the other side. Yo, this is the one, the only, the Incredible Singh, and this week's song in 60 seconds goes to Karan Aujla, Let 'Em Play. Karan Aujla is back with another banger. Oh, balle, juako, khed loge materiyan. His flow has been absolutely amazing, but now on this one, it is absolutely flawless. I love how Proof and J Static work together on this for the music. The usage of the influential rap artists in this track might have been a little bit over the top for me. Sukh doing the video on this one. As usual, he created a stunning video, and the use of the wolf with Karan definitely shows the lengths that he will go to make the best possible video to showcase the lyrics as they are. I especially love the classic posters of musical icons such as Catherine McKinnon, Don Massari, and Hank Snow. That's why Let 'Em Play is this week's song in 60 seconds. Alright guys, so George Carlin had this to say: the caterpillar does all the work, but the butterfly gets all the publicity. You know the saying, behind every man there's a good woman? Well, I'm going to change it up a little and say, behind every white person was a good colored person. Let's get back to the music with the longest guacha. Alright guys, so I have some theories with regards to vaccinations and what's happening with the illnesses and the control that is out there right now. Here's my take on it. Like, it's a bit of a control from the government and the pharmaceutical companies. The pharmaceutical companies make a stink load of money, and it's all regulated by the government because they're trying to control the population any way that they can without giving away their secrets or their tactics or anything like that. Anyways, like I said, this is a conspiracy theory. You can listen to me, don't listen to me. This is just, something that I had to say. Pharmaceutical companies are the legal versions of the drug cartel. Now, the drug cartel will intentionally hurt people. They'll intentionally kill people. They will intentionally go against the wishes of drug companies and the legal pharmaceutical companies and the governments and whatnot, bring this stuff from other places. People take it, they don't know how much to take, there's no regulation, it's everything just like blah, just take whatever you want. But the difference between pharmaceutical companies and the drug cartel is that the drug companies, because there's no regulations, is kind of like free for all, do what you want. It's causing misbehavior and mischief, and people are hurting other people to get money to buy all this stuff or whatever, etc., etc. Whereas with the pharmaceutical companies, it's more about the control. It's to keep you safe. It's to keep you healthy. But they're pumping all this stuff into us in the air. So we've got like these planes, trains, and automobiles that are running around on gasoline and polluting the air where we live and where we breathe. And then on the flip side, we wonder why we're getting sick. Well, it's all those fumes and all the like plants and it's all the factories and whatnot that is putting all this smoke in the air that we're breathing in that we know is not good for us. So we wonder why we're getting sick. That's why we're getting sick. You can blame the businesses, you can blame whoever you want, but the government's still allowing it. Why are they allowing it? Because they know that if we continue living the way that we do with extending people's lives the way that we can, eventually that's not going to work that's not going to fly for the government, because at a certain point we retire between ages of 55 to 65, because we live to like 80, 85, 90, 100 years old now. They want to extend the work period to a little bit longer, and on top of that, on the flip side, because there's more people that are still alive, more people that are living longer, the government has to fork out more money. So this is part of the reason why the old age pensioners, they don't get the extra money. They don't get the extra money that they need so they can survive the way that the rest of us do, who are working for the world and actually contributing to society now. Now the old people, they're contributing in a different way, and the way that they're contributing is by the work that they've already done. They've already put in their time, they've put in their effort. Like this is their time to chill out and take it easy and spend the money doing things. Like they can invest their money, they can spend more time spending money on things, whereas working people, they spend less time and money doing like fun things and the tourism industry. But guess what, the tourism industry is not really something that they're looking for. What they're looking for is the money that they're getting so they can put it back into building RF chips that they can put in the back of your head so they know exactly where you are. Oh, wait a second, mobility companies have already kind of done that. Same thing with TV companies. You got your TVs and your cell phones and your watches and all these tablets and all these computer things that we are on right now. I'm literally on them right now. Like I got the phone that I'm doing the recording on, and then I've got my laptop right behind here where it's, I don't know what they're listening to or whatever it is. Again, this is a conspiracy segment, and if they're listening, if they're watching, you know what, Google, I know, in their terms and conditions, it literally tells you that they are recording everything that you're doing, and you can go back in there and delete whatever you want. Well, we all know that the internet, once it's out there, it leaves a footprint on there. So, you can remove everything you want, but that footprint is still there. You can still extract it, you can still pull the information from it and figure out what it was. It's doable, people. So for those of you thinking that it's not doable and this is all like crazy stuff, whatever, why don't you do a little bit of research and actually listen or actually read up on this stuff. You'll see an outstanding amount of information that this is what these companies are doing. Facebook, people are getting pissed off because of their, all their information is being shared and all that sort of stuff. This is why people say don't put everything on the internet. This is why the older generation, they're a little bit smarter because they're not doing all these things online and on the internet where everything can be hacked and everything can be gotten into by anybody, any way, shape, or form. It's all a form of control. But here we are on our phones and on the computers and on the TVs watching all this stuff. It's mind control. TV shows are mind control. If you're watching TV, you're not doing something else. It's a what's the right word? It's another version of a sedative that these pharmaceutical countries are probably dumping in a whole bunch of money to make these TV shows. Because of people right now, we're not spending a whole lot on TV and shows and stuff like that. We're getting all this free stuff out of Cody and free stuff out of like look at Netflix. We spend a couple of bucks. And we get a gazillion amount of shows and movies that we can get out of it. We can get all this other content. We can get these India boxes and China boxes and all that sort of stuff and get as much free content as we want. And why is it allowed? Because you think about it. The pharmaceutical countries, they want to control you. They fund these things, and that's how we are literally like, boom, like here we are. Like these things cost a lot of money to make, but how are the shows funded? How are these people getting paid? They're still getting paid, like the bazillion dollars that they're getting paid for doing all these shows. Look at all the Marvel series. Yeah, we spend a lot of money in the theaters and all that sort of stuff, but is that enough to cover the costs of these shows? I don't think so. Where is the money coming from? Think about it. Mind control. Pharmaceutical companies. Here we are. Again, this is all conspiracy. A lot of it is you just think about it. Just think about it and you'll see that here we are today in this world where we literally have watches and phones that are controlling us. This thing controls how much and when I want to eat and how much water to drink, when I'm sleeping. It knows all of that because of this thing right here. It's already there. So guess what, people? The RF chip is coming. It's going to get plugged into the back of your head, behind your ear, in your wrist, whatever it is going to be. It's coming. These are all conspiracies, like I said, but think about it. Just think about it. It just all adds up. And the bottom line is obedience is the peace that we have been looking for. So those of you who want peace, you want, calmness and all that sort of stuff, we all talk about it all the time. We all want peace. Well, peace is obedience. Listen to what the watch says. Listen to what your phone says. Listen to what the government says. Listen to what the social media says and all this sort of stuff. The problem is choice, people. They said it in the Matrix. The problem is choice. You look at it on social media. The problem is choice. People want to do a peaceful protest, but then you got these other bunders looting and things like that. There's nobody in the stores. There's no security guards. What are they going to do? This is my time to go inside and get all the stuff that I've been looking for that I can't afford so I can bring it back to my house. I have a choice to go out and do these things. It's not a good thing, but I still have my power of choice to do it. If I want to go put my knee in the back of somebody's neck and kill them, I have the right, I have the choice to do that. Hence, here we are in this world where we've got people dying from COVID-19 because somebody ate a bat. We've got people dying of all these other different things, and then racial injustice is still happening. But here we are. You guys want peace? Listen to the government. Listen to these things, and then, yeah, we'll all just be like gnomes or drones or whatever you want to call them. And yeah, we will have peace. But without that, guess what? It ain't gonna happen. We're gonna live in chaos because that is how our lives work. I'm the Incredible Singh. Like I said, you have anything to say about this, whatever, email me, theincrediblesingh@hotmail.com. Let's get back to the music here with Gary Sandhu, Jasmine Sandless, and Intense. illegal weapon right here on the Incredible Livecast. Alright guys, make sure you hit me up on all my social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, SoundCloud, Mixcloud, Snapchat, YouTube, email me at theincrediblesing@hotmail.com. Let's get back to the music here with Diljit Dosanjh, Porchapta. Alright guys, time for the end of the show. Thank you guys for so much for listening in to episode number 92 and all my conspiracy theories and all that sort of stuff. If you enjoyed it, give me a like. If you didn't enjoy it, regardless, hit me up, give me a comment, let me know what you thought. But I gotta say, interesting things here. Jazzy B comes out with a new track, Put Sardarande. It's definitely a timely track in the memory of the Sikh genocide of 1984. It was definitely a huge slaughter that happened at that time. So we definitely got to remember those people still haven't paid for what happened there. That shouldn't have happened in the first place. But here we are. We still remember what happened at that time. And nobody knew about it because there was no information. There was no social media. But here we are now in this day and age with a bunch of social media that we can keep sharing this information. Knowledge is power. Is it though? Think about that. The second thing I want to talk about, Jasmine Sandless. Her new album is called What's in a Name. It's a great sound by Intense and Hark. It's definitely deep and it's a little bit dark. It's not necessarily my flow, but her work on this is absolutely fantastic. So if you haven't heard it yet, definitely take a listen. So Jazzy B's song Put Sardara De, Jasmine Sandless' new album, What's in a Name. Have a listen. Let me know what you think. On that note, it's the end of the show. Thank you guys so much. Stay positive, stay focused, stay blessed, but more importantly, wash your hands, keep your distance, and stay safe.